Boom! And we're back with another video. Yesterday on the live, somebody asked me who is the most reputable forex traders that they can trust. And honestly, I don't know. However, I've done some research to see who exactly is authorized to provide signal services as far as the FSCA goes. And today, we're going to take a look at some people who is actually compliant to be able to provide these services to you guys. So without any further ado, let's get into it. And before we continue, I want to thank our lovely sponsor, that is FXGT. Now, FXGT offers zero spreads, light fastening executions on their Optimus account. This is actually very good for scalpers and high volume traders. They've also won an award for the fastest execution broker at the FMIS of 2025 in Cape Town, making sure that every millisecond counts when you need to trade into the market. Apart from that, they've got low commissions with high efficiency, where you can benefit from their raw ECN pricing with incredibly low commissions per lot. They've designed a platform for maximum value to ensure that more of your hard-earned profits actually stays with you. Now, this is good tailored for African traders, where they understand the need for local payment methods, fast withdrawals, and exclusive access to webinars, including education and events all across Africa as well. Very volume friendly for professionals. So if you are considered a professional trader, you will love their volume rebates and custom deals for high volume clients, where they reward you for your commitment. So if you are ready to elevate your trading experience with a broker that truly understands your need, switch to FXGT. I'll leave a link in the description box below, guys. Go check out fxgt.com. Now, before we continue and go through the names of people that I'm going to speak to you guys about, I just want to be very clear that this is not a recommendation, and this is not me telling you that you need to go to them or that you can actually rely on them to provide a good service. These are just the people who is, according to the FSCA, they are not licensed, but they are authorized to be able to provide signal services because they are registered to an entity that is licensed and that have added them to their rep register to be able to provide these services. So first thing to keep in mind is they do not have a license, and number two is they also have to oblige by the FASE Act. Now, the two important things about the FASE Act is that number one, it's honesty and integrity. They have to comply with that. And the second thing is they have to be transparent with the information. Now, there's a lot of things that they have to comply with as far as the FASE Act goes, but you can read that, or you can just check on the internet. Do a quick Google search on fit and proper requirements for representatives will tell you exactly what it is that they need to follow, right? So let's go through the list very quickly. Now, the first person, and we're going to start with the company. It's called ComplyShield Financial Group. And they give people, they basically provide people with the ability to be able to provide services under them, and they charge a fee of 7,500 per month, right? Now, their rep register consists of people such as Joas Naidu, which you all know, and he's able to provide signal services because he's registered as a representative. I don't know which package he took basically to be able, because they've got 3 different packages. And then the second person is the Tennis Lawrence Beneka, which I believe is a guy from TikTok. And those are the only 2 people that I've seen who is forex traders, who is in the forex space. But here's a full list of people that you guys can see. If you do know any of them, just know that they are authorized through the FSP to be able to provide these services. And if they do, and we're going to talk about certain things, the do's and the don'ts, and what you can do if you do find out if there's any misconduct based on the services that they are providing to you. So number one that we can see over here is Joas Naidu, and number 2 is Tennis Lawrence Beneka, the guy from TikTok. And then Joas Naidu, we know, is the pastor guy, right? So they are both, all of that people are from ComplyShield Financial Group. The next list of people we're going to talk about over here, they all come from Zen Capital. Now, Zen Capital, I'm not sure how Zen Capital operates, because there's no website for you to be able to see how they operate. Maybe there's a website, I don't know. I haven't done too much research on these guys. The representatives under their list, which is people that you might know, firstly is Kenya Glodlongwana, the which I believe he is South African, and you guys probably know this guy because he's also added as the rep register on the register, and he's also authorized to provide these types of services, which include derivative instruments, crypto assets, and the long-term and short-term deposits is really not applicable because he's not acting as a bank or a broker. The next person we're going to talk about over here is Sandile Tumelo Zulu. You guys obviously know this guy also from Facebook. That's as far as I know him, and I saw him on Instagram as well. He's also authorized to be able to provide these services as a representative under Zen Capital. And the next person we're going to talk about here is Andile Mofokeng, aka Andy. He's also able to provide these services as a representative under supervision as well. Now, the last person that we have on this list over here is somebody that a lot of you might know. That is Leadership Montla. Leadership Montla is also added as a representative on the rep register for these guys also. Now, here's a full list of people that you guys might know. I'm going to bring up a full list of other people that you might know who is able to provide signal services or is able to give financial advice, but under the supervision of the broker. Now, how this work basically is that they have a key individual who oversees and makes sure they stay compliant with the FASE Act and with the regulations in terms of providing advice. Now, the people that we've spoken about, they are very easily accessible in the fact that you can approach them and say that, can you tell me what your percentages was like? How much was the gain for last month? And they also have to stipulate that historical results doesn't really define or determine that future results is going to basically be beneficial to you. They have to disclose any losses. They have to disclose these group of people have to be very transparent when it comes to providing these services, right? And this makes it a lot easier for the community to engage with them, because now if they are scamming you or if they are doing anything that is non-compliant, you can file a complaint with the FSCA. And according to this company, ComplyShield Financial, they do stipulate that anybody who is found guilty of non-compliant, they will be removed from the rep register and debarred. The debarment process, very simple. If the FSCA does debar you for 5 years, that means whoever the person is who was debarred on the rep register will not be able to provide these types of services for the next 5 years. And because you require a license to provide the services, that means that they cannot at all provide. And if they do are found guilty once again, they can get a fine, or a fine of 10 million or up to 10 million, 10 years imprisonment as well. Now, to give you guys some context here very quickly, in the way you would basically go about getting this information, I will share my screen with you guys very quickly so that you can see. So this is basically the website that you go to, fsca.co.za. You can also just search FSCA license checker. Now, you will always find these guys, they have to provide you with the license of the FSP that they are representative with. So in the groups that they are posting, the VIP is eating X, Y, and Z, they always have to stipulate that they are a representative and that they are working under the supervision of the FASE Act and they do comply with the fit and proper requirements. And Zen Capital is an authorized financial services provider and the FSP number, and that they are acting as a representative. This means that once you see that FSP number, you will then go onto Google, you will do a Google search here. So I'm going to take this very quickly, and what you want to do is once you get to the FSCA license checker, I'm going to show you guys now. what it would look like, the FSCA license check, and you will basically be taken over to this website. Once they give you the FSP number that you will take, all you do is just go to search for FSP number, then you submit it, then it will tell you there, ComplyShield Financial Group, and that they are authorized to be able to provide these services. Once you click on details, you'll get some contact information, you'll get the name of the compliance officer, and under representatives is where you're going to leave it blank. You're going to click on search, and you will be able to see all of the guys who is registered as a rep. Now, if you do come across a company who's got a long list of representatives, all you can do is, if you are looking for somebody specifically, you just click over here and you say, let's say for instance, you are looking for TNS. You will then type his name in here, you will search for him, and you will be able to find him. So let's say we want to search for Jawas Naidu. Let's say here was 200 or 1,000 representatives on here. Remember, being a representative doesn't just mean selling signals. It could be offering, being a financial advisor for a certain group. So yeah, I don't know why it doesn't like to do that. If you search for it, then let me see if no space. No, I don't know. It's always been a thing with the FSCA search note. That is why I just leave it blank and search for it. But there you guys can see Joe Snyder over there. So those are the people who is basically authorized. And don't ever confuse the fact that they are licensed, because they do not have a license. And as long as they are on the rep register, they are able to provide these services. But if at any chance you do see that they are, they are doing anything that they are not supposed to be doing, like false advertising, withholding information purposefully, saying that they've got promising returns, saying that they've got a 90, 10 or 100% success rate, any of these things, you can report them to the FSCA. You don't report them, you report the broker or the organization that they are falling under as a rep register. The FSCA will then investigate, reach out to the broker, and inform them about one of the reps on the register who's been found guilty of non-compliance. And it's up to the broker to do an internal investigation and then either debar or give a warning to the person, or fire the person if they've been debarred, because you cannot work as a representative under a company if you've been found guilty for any non-compliance. That is it from my side. Thank you for your time, and as always, cheers for ears.